I'm familiar with Tammy and Jackie. Hi, Jackie. And Linda and Kyle and Cheryl. Now, who is Scott? Who's Scott? Can I hear Scott? Oh, you can't. Okay. Okay. Scott, if you wanna unmute your thing, I'm interested in who you are. It's nice for me to know who I'm talking to so I can change things occasionally. And Boys and Girls Club, who is that? Did you say?
Hi, Jackie.
Okay. All right.
Can we start?
Okay. So we should still have a few more people coming on. I think
I think Michelle was on second.
Okay. All right. So we may have some more people joining us.
Kyle can admit that.
All right.
So if you want.
So Kyle, you'll be admitting people if they come in?
There is no waiting room for this particular webinar, so they'll be able to come in right away.
Okay, good. All right. All right, well, let's get started then.
Hey, Jackie. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Cheryl.
Couldn't hear me. I was saying hi, and then I realized I was on mute.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can everybody mute their mics again until we get to question and answers, and then we will have everybody unmute and we won't hear the background noise. Okay. Okay, so thank you for joining us on this webinar. This one is about how to increase your visibility and profitability with online and offline marketing. And since the landscape is so complicated these days, social media is a great tool, but there are some foundational things that are good to get right so that you can build your reputation and build your business on that. So it's not possible to indiscriminately put posts or ads on Facebook if you don't have some of these foundational things done first. So there is some preparation that you have to consider and do in order to be successful. So that's what we're going to go through. After you determine who your best client is, that will determine where your best money is spent marketing and advertising. But rest assured, it is best spent with a mix of traditional, meaning newspaper, magazine, TV, radio, and new media. And 92% of clients first do research online before they make a decision to call you or to visit your office. While digital marketing and social media is more complicated, it also creates a lot of opportunity to reach out to clients and build client loyalty. So digital offers the opportunity to provide client education and offer your expertise. This, along with professional and a kind staff, builds raving fans and should translate to a growing practice. And it will help you to become an influencer in your community, whatever that community is. Every business has a buyer's funnel. So buying decisions are a lot of the time are made online. The old coffee shop talks where friends would get together and chat it up about their experiences and things they like are still important, but the new word of mouth is online. And statistics have shown that 85% of all buying decisions are made online these days, and that in itself is the most important reason why your business needs to be found online. First impressions are made in a variety of ways. Have you ever heard of the 0 moment of truth? It refers to a typical customer's buying cycle, as indicated here on this slide. It starts with interest. For example, a customer of yours might have or need your product or service, maybe to fix your ticket or to buy something in your store. And they do some research to see where the best place in the area is to go. And they locate your business and come down to get to buy your products or get treated. Finally, they comment on their overall experience after their visit. But what does all that mean? I'll explain it another way. This is a lead funnel. At the very top of the funnel for any given business, customers typically become interested through traditional or online media by seeing it in the newspaper, magazine, TV, radio, or billboards, an ad on Facebook or Google, or as the result of maybe the insurance they have, they're driven to you. This is how traditional and digital paid media attracts consumers' interest. Even if someone is compelled to visit your business because their insurance sent them there, it's still super important that the client experience is good and that they express that through social media and ratings afterwards, because there will be other clients following. Here's an example when it comes to video advertising that we do for our clients. We're going to see if we can make this work. This is a real estate video that Shelby did, who works in the office for one of our clients, Murphy & Murphy. And the great thing about these multimedia pieces is you can combine original photos or video with lifestyle video that you can buy or we can get from elsewhere, and that way people can picture themselves inside the house or using the product or whatever it's for. So yeah, this might be a little glitchy because of
Zoom.
because of Zoom, but you'll get the idea, and it's only about 20 seconds. This is also called product placement. Sorry about that. That's good. Okay, here's another one that we've done for Faro. It's only about a minute and a half. Mario did this and even created the music. It's original music by Mario. Ellen will like that too. Maybe skip to the end where it shows the pizza's done. That's okay. Anyway, so those are a couple of examples. It's just interesting. Those are used to bring people in, and they might include testimonials. They might be educational in nature. You know, if it's a house, it's just going to show how beautiful the property is. So there's a lot of ways to use video, and it's a good way to get people in your sales funnel. So let's pretend that you are the business at the end of this funnel. How those interested consumers or leads begin falling out of the funnel starts with listings, especially with the 4 main data providers which feed information to the rest of the search engines. It's really important to have your listings consistent all across the internet, because those inconsistencies Google takes as meaning that you're well, if they're not consistent, they'll just downrank you. So, and they can be little things like whether it says street or avenue, or there's a period, or it can be real small things because it's computers that are going through all that. They like it to be exactly the same. And if it is that way, it'll rank you higher. Once the potential client becomes interested, they will likely look the business up, and if that business can't be found, they won't look any further a lot of times. And this is how leads start falling out of the tunnel. Leads need to have robust data. Okay, so this is about the listings. We want to make sure that you're found on the internet. So you need to have your business name, your address, your phone number, and your website are 100% accurate across the board. This is important because your SEO score, which is your search engine optimization score, is based on this accuracy, and Google's top ranking searches are based on accurate listing information and lots of reviews. But if the consumer is interested and can find you, they now want to know if they can trust you. So online trust is gained through reviews. Not only positive reviews, but a healthy review pipeline, meaning recent reviews. So if you had, when you started your business, if you had 500 people leave a review, but you've only had 1 or 2 over the last year, Google is not going to rank you for that. They're going to downrank you for that. It's important to have a program asking every single customer that has had a good experience to leave you a review. And that way, if you have negative reviews, they will hopefully be pushed down by the positive ones. And negative reviews aren't typically a deal breaker, but they must be responded to promptly and respectfully to win over trust with new customers. If you're a medical professional, your reviews must also be done according to HIPAA guidelines, which we have. Bad ratings and reviews or improper responses from inexperienced staff are like a cancer that can be killing your business while you're sleeping. Sometimes you're not even aware of it. And if you're not looking at your reviews, that can happen. Next, in the funnel, the consumer wants to know if they can like you, like your product, your service, your brand, your online personality. Social media is a perfect way for the consumer to go about this discovery. It's also an excellent way to reach out with educational pieces to show what an expert you are and that you truly care about your clients, even when they are feeling well or don't need any attention. It builds trust. And this is also why you don't want your 14-year-old niece or your nephew in charge of your social media. It really is an important part of your business branding and your reputation, and there could even be potential liability associated. So while it may not be the best use of your time or your manager's time, it does need to be done by a trusted person who's mature and knowledgeable and professional. And finally, your website. Is it easy for the consumer to convert? If not, that's definitely a blocker to sales. Also, if your site isn't mobile friendly or doesn't load within 0.6 seconds, Google will downrank you and your competitors may get your leads. You don't want to be advertising for your competition. So here's the kicker. Let's say the consumer is making their way down the funnel for business A on the left, and they become interested after seeing an ad in the newspaper or hearing a radio ad. Then they look up that business online and they found them, but they came across multiple negative reviews that hadn't been responded to. They probably won't trust that business, especially if they don't know it. What does that consumer do? Well, since they're already well into their research stage and they're in the funnel, it's likely that they'll go directly to the next stage, but with a competitor. That means that business A's marketing and advertising dollars push that consumer directly into the hands of their competition and further down that funnel, which increases the chance of a sale for the competitor. The fastest way to increase your budget is to use someone else's. So you see that the opposite is true. By ensuring that your business can be found, trusted, and liked, have the competitors' advertising dollars work for you. The fastest way to increase your budget is to use someone else's. So here's the 5 pillars. The consumer research experience through the funnel is what we call the 5 pillars. Advertising, all kinds. Listings, are you found? Reputation, are you trusted? Social, are you liked? And website, how educational, interesting, and easy is it to convert? This is the story you need to be telling your prospects and your customers. After you make sure that the first 4 pillars are good, you're ready to do digital marketing. This is in addition to your traditional advertising and marketing that continues to feed the tunnel, educate, and build trust. Speaking specifically, obviously, for the newspaper and the magazines, newspaper readers are statistically influencers. They're better educated. They typically have more discretionary spending. And again, they are influencers. So you want to continue to build your relationship with this audience to build your business. You use your advertising to educate readers so that they know about your business before they research you. It also shows stability for readers to see you consistently over time. Then you want to look at doing Facebook ads, Google ads, AdWords, geofencing or geo targeting, email marketing, text marketing, and more. So it depends on who your perfect customer is. Is it teenagers? Then you probably want to use Instagram. Is it women over 55? Then you probably want to utilize Facebook with other products, of course. The mix is different depending on the product and the client's desired. Things you can do on website and off, and owned versus earned. Owned things are like your website. And you also want to make sure that you claim your Google My Business. I'm amazed at the number of businesses in town that I see that haven't claimed their Google My Business. It doesn't take very long, it's free, and you need to make sure you do that. So earned is growing your citations, getting positive reviews. So why do you want to have a website versus just depending on Facebook and say Yelp, for instance? The answer is that you own your website and you control your website. So nobody can take away the connections that you have. They can't take away the emails that you have and all that. You need to have a good mix of things that you own and that you control. Facebook, you don't control. At any time, Facebook could remove some of your friends. They could shut you down completely. They can limit your posts. They can remove posts. So it's important that you actually have an active website that you own and that you control, and that meets search engine standards and all that. We'll talk a little bit about that later. So 5 exercises for reputation. You need to know what's being said about your business. You need to respond to your reviews. Make getting reviews part of your daily workflow. Promote positive customer comments. Get all your management team reading your reviews. This one is good because it may show some cracks in your organization, or you may learn of some employees that aren't treating customers properly. And also you need to be aware because your competition may be posting negative comments about you. Or there may be other comments that you can get removed because they're threatening or they are using bad language or something. There are reasons why you can get some removed. I think we got some removed one time because they were posted by a third party. They were posted not by the customer themselves, but by a friend of the customer or a family member of the customer. And that was one of the reasons why they allowed us to get it removed, was because it wasn't a post by the customer themselves. So that's good to know. I can't believe the number of business, again, that haven't claimed all their social channels. So you want to make sure at least that your Google My Business is claimed. Figure out who your audience is. You probably have an idea. but you can get exact stats from Facebook and Google on who your online audience is. And that can help you focus your advertising message for that medium. So for us, we know that the newspaper, a good amount of our readers are over 55. We also know that they've owned their homes over 20 years. And that's one of the reasons why we do well for remodeling companies. We also know that they have discretionary income and they have no children in their house. So that's a snapshot of a lot of our newspaper customers in the Village News. It's different in Valley. However, when we go to our Facebook audience, our highest number of viewers is 25 to 35, right? 25 to 35, and then 35 to 45. How can I show that? So I'm going to show you, this is most of you probably already know you can do this on Facebook.
Yeah, 35 to 44.
Okay, so these are our readers on our Valley News Facebook. Most of them are women, but we were surprised because the largest age group was 35 to 44. So, which makes sense. I mean, everybody, I mean, all the stories that we do in the paper, we post on Facebook and on our website and all that. So, and our web statistics mirror this a lot. I think there's a few more in the senior category, but there's a lot of younger readers. So it's important to look at your insights and know who the people are that are actually your customers. Okay, let's go back. I have to have a young person here helping me do this, you guys. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so do you wonder why you keep getting retargeted with specific ads while you are online? This is a high-level overview of search advertising, display advertising, Facebook, geofencing, and geotargeting.
That was Shelby, not Mariam. But
Okay. Which are used to draw more phone calls or store visits and conversion zones and ROI reports. So have any of you heard of geofencing and geotargeting? We do this in two ways to gain more phone calls and store visits, through search advertising and through display advertising. So depending on the type of business and results that you desire, you can use search focused advertising, targeted display, geofencing, and Facebook frequency campaigns, or a hybrid of the two where they use all the display and geofencing, but also want to generate phone calls for reservations, appointments, etc. It's not going. So geofencing. Geofencing is where you specifically target a geographic region where your customers pass through already or around your competitors and send ads to them. So you want to be where your customers are when they aren't with you, right? So you want to track their journey. So this is really creepy, but this is how it works. Say you are a car dealer and you want to target people that are looking for new cars. So say you are Mercedes on one side of the freeway and you want to target everyone that's going into the BMW dealer on the other side of the freeway. So we can do that. We can geo-target that building. We can geo-target that neighborhood so that people who go on to that property will get targeted ads throughout the month and be retargeted with your ads, with say Mercedes ads, for instance. And like if you are a medical professional, you want to think about who's your target. Your target is sick people. So where are you going to find sick people? You're going to find them at the doctor's office. So what we've done in campaigns past for a hospital that was trying to grow traffic was we targeted doctor's offices. And then we were able, well, we targeted doctor's offices, and we also targeted specific neighborhoods where their customers were likely to be. So for this hospital, they were looking for people that were wanting hip and knee replacements. So we targeted 55 and older communities, and we geo targeted and geofenced those communities. So, and then we were able to actually give them a ROI report, or a return on investment report, on how many of those people had physically walked into the hospital after being targeted with advertising. So again, it's creepy, I know, but that's what people are doing. So this is the same thing. It's site retargeting. If someone visits your website and you don't convert them at that time, they would continue to get ads while they're online that lead them back to your website while you're trying to convert them. This happens with me all the time. After, say, I'm online with JCPenney's looking for something for the grandkids, or shopping for furniture or something, then sure enough, I'll get ads all month long on buying those things at JCPenney's. Okay, do you have a search function on your website? If you do, we can pull the data for what folks are searching for, and then place your ads in front of them as they search elsewhere on the web for same type of content, bringing them back to you even if they haven't looked at your website recently. We can also target potential customers that are within a specific distance from your business, or even as they search for interesting news or facts about the latest trends within your business. So a lot of you probably do this already, maybe with Facebook. And you can also target the types of customers that you want to see your ads. Reports are super important. You need to have benchmarks, and you need to be able to know what is working and what's not working. These are examples of some of our reports that we've had in the past with customers. They don't have names on them because that would be unethical, but these are actual reports. So this one, this biweekly performance report, this is one from Geo Targeting that shows how many customers were reached, how many engaged with the ads, and then how many actually walked onto the property. And then because we beforehand had created an amount that each customer was worth, then we were able to calculate the value of those customers that walked onto the property. This is a handmade report that I did for the CEO of a hospital. I need to see this bigger so I can explain it. So because we helped them with their listings and their reviews, there was a lot of foundational issues that we had to work with them. What we were able to prove was that in their Google search and their Google Maps and people calling directly from Google, that we had up to a 500% growth. And these are numbers from just 1 month. So they're like the top one, Google search, there's direct search, and then there's discovery search. And you want to improve both of those. So direct search is when somebody does a search for, say, Fallbrook Chamber. That would be a direct search. But if they were to do a search for chambers around Fallbrook or business organizations around Fallbrook, then that would be a discovery search. So if you're a business, you want to be strong in both, and you want to have good SEO and all of that, Google AdWords, so that people find you. So we were able to help them. They had a 275% growth in their discovery searches. Now in the customer views, that was where we had 500 up to 500% growth on Google Maps. And just in Google alone, 170% growth. And then phone calls from Google was an 80% growth. That's an important one right now. Okay, let's go back. I think there's only one more slide maybe. Okay, this is an example. Okay, can you zoom in on that? Can you do like a 200% zoom? These are our reports on our social posting. So this is one of our customers that we were posting for every day, and this is an example of the report they got. So at the end of the month, they weren't saying, "I don't know what you guys did for me." So we have every post, every response to a review listed so that the customer knows every single day what we've done. And they also can see the response, so they can see if, well, first of all, they can see all the reviews, which is good for them and good for management, but they can also see our response to them. And they can see if they want us to do it maybe a little differently or whatever. They can also see when we were working on improving their like getting them hooked into Instagram or Yelp or something. So anyway, so that's just interesting. That's an example of a report. So the report that we start with, I don't have an example. Can we pull up an example? I can send you guys one, but I know a lot of you have seen it before already. It's a snapshot report, and it's one that we do on businesses before we start working with them so we can have benchmarks. So it goes online and it finds out how consistent your listings are, or if you're there at all, if the 4 main data providers have your information correctly listed. It shows if you're tied in with social media, if you have a lot of reviews, a lot of good reviews, and it goes through, we use a Google tool on the website. So it goes through your website and sees how your website's doing and what you need to do. So it's a good report, and it also gives you, like, if you want to go through and fix your listings, it gives you a lot of the listings that need to be fixed so you can go through and fix them yourself. Most of the time it's too time consuming, but you can do it if you want. Okay, let's go back. I think that's the end of it. This is our store that I can send you guys a link to, but it's it has all of our products in it. It has all of our social media, our listing, website creation, SEO, review monitoring and generation. There's a lot there, and it has frequently asked questions and everything, so it's something that you can look at later. But anyway, so let's open this up for, do you guys have any questions or anything?
Go ahead and unmute themselves.
You can unmute yourself on your side. Oh, I see Cindy and Michelle and Josephine.
I think
A question.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
Okay, I work out of my house and I meet clients at various places. I've been told that because I don't have an actual location of a business, I have a postal annex address. It looks like a building
Right.
address, and it says suite so-and-so. Google Maps can't find it, so I think that's hurting my my appearance on social media.
That is.
May I ask what you do?
I'm an attorney. I
Okay.
can court all day long, and I just meet people in court or at the library or Starbucks. Because there's no writing in what I do. It's
Right.
criminal. It's just talking.
Jackie.
Julie,
Jackie, she's the one that fixed my tickets for me.
Julie,
I'll
Yes.
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
the video post that you showed, the two of the house for Murphy and Murphy,
Right.
are those video posts then put on the social media platforms?
Yes. Yeah, that's what they're for.
Yeah, we post them on their social media.
So what do you think the best, so do you think that the video post does as much as the social media, you know, the updating information because it's visual? Do you think that that is better than going with the Facebook and the Instagrams and all that?
Well, you use it on Facebook and Instagram and all that. You use it all.
Okay.
You move.
Post it onto the social platform.
Yeah, you post it onto the social platform.
And then the video post, is that something you can do individually, or is that in a package with a whole lot more?
You can do it individually.
The Village News is doing a video of Leela tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. That'll be on our Facebook page.
We do a video almost every day now.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I think things are really headed in that direction.
Video is very important right now. It's really important. So with Robin, I still want to answer Robin's question. I think it's Robin. Robin, what's your business name? It's just your name, attorney, right?
Our law office of Robin Johnson, a professional law corporation. But you know what you were saying about consistency, it might not be consistent like
Yeah.
that among different things.
Yeah, so that would be
I
good.
need to check
We
on
should-
that.
We'll do a snapshot report on you and see what it tells us you need to do.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it'll tell us. But that is, realtors have the same challenge because their personal phone number is different than the office phone number, and they don't always want to direct all of their leads to the office because whoever's working the office might just take all their leads. So they don't want to advertise for someone else in the office. So realtors have that same challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You know, what you were saying about the importance of videos, I was listening to something the other day, which really caught my eye or ear, and that's they're saying, you know, most people Google things through their cell phones. And they're not just sitting there doing it. A lot of times they're on the go. And when they're on the go, they can watch a video, but they're not going to, or listen to a video, but they're not going to read text.
right.
So video is real important now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know that
I
I
agree. I listen to video a lot while I'm working during the day. And
See, I
also-
don't. I
and-
find it time consuming. And if someone's posted a video, I skip over it. But
Yeah.
it might be a generational thing. You know, I'm older.
Also, I'm not that much older than you, Robin.
No, I'm older than you.
I'm kidding. But also too, Google owns YouTube. So if you have some YouTube video on your website, I think that they like that.
Oh, okay,
So-
that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's good to post some video on YouTube before you post it to your website and then share it to your social media, of course. So, anybody else have any questions?
I don't think so.
I saw,
You're gonna send us a link or something of the programs and the fees, right?
I can, yeah. I could send you a link to the store. Hi, Connie.
Okay.
But we'd like to do consultations because we tailor it, but.
Yeah, oh, hi, Cindy. We like to meet with people face to face. I can wear a mask if I have to. So we do. We can still meet with people or do a meeting by Zoom. I did one yesterday over Zoom, which I don't like very much, but we can definitely do that. I prefer in person, and like I said, with food is even better. Does anybody else have anything to add or any questions?
Are you offering these webinars like once a week now on different
Mhm.
topics? Is that okay? That's
Yeah,
great.
we've been doing them every Wednesday. So
You can use the same link.
yeah,
But anyone who's on here, anyone who's already on here will get updates. Bye.
Awesome. That's great. Really great information. And it's not the first time I've heard it. And I probably need to hear it about 3 more times so I kind of grasp it. But it's really good for any business, any organization. Of course, you got to have a budget for it, but I think it's the way of the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Well,
have a question.
go ahead.
Now you said on Reedermedia, you have 72% women fans and 28% male fans. Is that right?
That was Valley newspaper Facebook page.
Okay. And so why do you think that is? Or do you try to gear it any special way that might encourage your...
I think it's because there's more women sitting all day on Facebook than there are men. Yeah.
So are you saying, like, why would they be sitting on, just because they're home more? Or?
Yeah. And I think women are just more social creatures, probably.
I know my dad does not get on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, the men in our lives are almost never on Facebook, so
Yeah,
you know
that's
it's more the women. But and it's not that I think they're sitting on it all day, but that's also the way that we send out our news. So we post hundreds of stories a week on our websites. So every day we're posting probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 stories a day and photos. And then those go on Facebook, and news is one of the top generators of online viewership. So I think.
Have those numbers changed at all with this coronavirus?
We're seeing more. We're
You're
seeing
more viewers.
Yeah, we're seeing increased readership since the virus. And I know nationwide, 30% of the readership is about the coronavirus. At least that's what it was a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it's changed.
So people really want that information.
Yeah. You know, and that's another thing that you can do in marketing too, is called newsjacking. So if, say, something is in the news, say you're an insurance agent and there's a fire, there's a house fire, or there's a wildfire, you can set it up so that your ads show up when that is happening.
Breaking news.
Yeah, or you're a doctor and some new thing happens with the coronavirus. You can put out an ad related to that, or do a webinar related to it. You can talk to your clients about it, but that's called newsjacking.
Okay. Right now, it's pretty big. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Alan?
I appreciate the information that you're sharing. It's a reminder that there's holes and that I still haven't plugged everything. I haven't done everything properly yet. So I like the constant reminder. Thank you.
Yeah. And the problem too is Google and Facebook change their metrics.
It changes all the time.
Yeah, it used to be, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago that your website had to load within 7 seconds. That was just a couple of years ago. Now it's within like a half a second.
Right.
Yeah, and unless you're constantly redoing your website, that's tough.
A simple thing like taking all of my photos and going to TinyPing and minimizing the size of those photos.
Yeah.
The clarity is still there, but somehow they do some kind of magic thing on Tiny Ping. So now it's just less data to load. And so
Right.
it loads faster.
Right. Yeah, and Google's looking at your main page too, and if it's too big, then they don't like that because then it takes too long to load.
Right.
But yeah, that's important. All right.
Well, thank you, Julie.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys. If you ever want us to meet with you one-on-one, we'll be happy to do that. Just let us know, and we'll send you a snapshot report. Now, Connie, are you listening on behalf of your husband or for his art?
No, for the Fabric Arts Inc.
Oh, okay, good. Perfect.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, I am the acting director of the school, and I hired a part-time gal that is very, I mean, her degree's in technology, and she's very savvy to a lot of the things you're talking about. And we have another young person part-time at the art center who's also very savvy. So I'm trying to understand what I want them to do.
Yeah, good. All right.
Good.
All right. Well, we can send you guys each a snapshot report so that you can see at least how you're viewed online and how you're ranked and all that.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Julie.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Julie.
thank you. We'll see
Bye,
you guys
everyone.
next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. See you.
Sounds
Thanks, Jill.
good.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.